Hi, welcome. I'm Gail with Forever Grateful Yoga. Today's practice will be focused on the SI joint to bring some relief into that area. Our SI joints are actually located in this area here. Some people, you might see those little dimples on their low back area. So that's the area where they are, and we will try to get some fluid moving into that area today and get some relief. So we'll use a block today. If you do have a yoga block handy or a book, anything like that will do. And we'll put it off to the side, mid-mat, and we'll start on our backs in constructive rest. So making your way down onto your back, and then bringing the feet a little bit wider than the hips so we can knock our knees together, and then pigeon toe those feet in. And the arms can come a comfortable distance alongside the torso with the palms facing towards the sky. And you can snuggle those shoulder blades into the upper back, lengthen your neck a bit, bringing a little tuck to the chin, softening the eyes, maybe closing them entirely. Begin to bring your awareness to your breath. As you inhale, you can soften the belly. And as you exhale, begin to engage those abdominal muscles. As you press down that low back area, inhale will release that tension as you soften. Exhale, sending the breath to the low back, pressing that area into the earth. Just nice and soft here. Inhale will soften the belly. As you exhale, engage the abdominal muscles, pressing that low back into the earth. Inhale, relaxes. Exhale, pull that belly in towards the spine. The spine presses into the earth. Few more rounds at your pace. One more full round of breath. Take your time. And at the end of your round, we can bring the right knee into the chest, the left knee into the chest, give a little hug, rock a little side to side, maybe circle on that sacrum in one direction, maybe circle in the opposite direction. And then coming to stillness, bringing our palms on top of our knees, we can bring our knees in line with our hips here, and the shins and calves are parallel to the earth. The feet are flexed. Our fingers are pointing towards our toes here. Coming to a few rounds of Apanasana here. Taking a nice big inhale, softening that belly like we just did. And as you exhale, pressing into the belly, the spine into the earth as we bring those knees in towards our chest, the elbows go wide. Inhale softens the belly as the knees come in line with the hips. Exhale engages abdominal muscles, pressing that low back into the earth, knees in towards the chest. Inhale softens and releases. So just a few rounds more at the pace of your breath. Flowing with the breath here. Syncing the movement with the breath. Two more. When you've completed that, we can bring the right knee in towards the chest, the left knee in. Again, rock a bit side to side. Maybe circling on the sacrum here might feel good. And then coming to stillness, raising that right arm overhead. We can softly roll onto that right side. Take a moment to pause. And then pressing through that left palm, making your way up to seated, pausing at the top here. And then we'll come into our tabletop. So making your way into your tabletop, setting up your foundation. Fingers are spread nice and wide here, pointer fingers parallel to the long side of the mat. Our biceps are rolled forward, eyes of the elbow facing forward. Shoulders are in line with the wrists. Our knees are in line with our hips here. And the gaze is down towards the floor. We have a nice long neck, a nice long spine here. And you have some action going on here where you're pressing through your palms. You're pulling the belly in, so you're engaging a lot of muscles in your torso here. And let's start by inhaling here to lengthen that spine. And as you exhale, begin to round that back. The chin comes in towards the chest. We lower down onto the forearms first, and then the hips can come back and down as we relax the head down towards the earth. On your inhale, we'll pull through those palms, pulling them towards you as your heart is leading forward, pressing back up to start. And on your exhale, we'll tuck that chin, round the back, bring those forearms to the earth, and then the hips come down towards the heels. Inhale, pulse through those palms, leading with your heart space, coming forward. And then rounding that back, bringing the forearms to the earth, and then the hips. So continuing at the pace of your breath. If you're finding this might be too much for your back in some area of the spine, you're welcome to try coming halfway down and maybe trying that. That might feel a little better. And then leading with your heart space as you're pulling with those palms. So listen to your body today. Get what you need out of this practice. We're bringing a lot of fluid and mobility into our spines with this beautiful flow. And let's do one more full round. Take your time. And we'll all meet in our tabletop. Beautiful. And we'll press back into our child's pose. The knees can open wide, big toes can touch, third eye can rest on the palms. Either stacked, the fists stacked, maybe to a block, maybe towards the floor. And just a few breath cycles here, beginning to send the inhales deep into that low back area, the lumbar region. And as you exhale, begin to soften, begin to release any tightness, any tension, just let it go. And again, if this is uncomfortable for your low back, you can always lie on your back and bring your knees in towards your chest. Let's take one more full breath cycle here. And at the end of that exhale, reaching those fingertips forward, coming up onto the fingertips, and then walking your way off to the right side of the mat, coming to that side as much as feels comfortable. Once you're in that space, you can lower that left palm to the earth, lower that left forearm to the earth, and then you can snuggle your cheek in that left bicep. Begin to press through those right fingertips. You should feel a beautiful stretch in that left side body. Pressing that left hip down towards the heel, that sit bone. Begin to direct your breath into any sensation you're noticing in the left side body. Sending your inhales deep into that sensation. And as you exhale, begin to soften, begin to release any tension, stress, or tightness. Just let it go. Few breath cycles here. And let's take one more full breath cycle here. And at the end of the exhale, coming up onto all of your fingertips, walking your way back to center and then through center off to the left side of your mat. And again, as much as feels comfortable for you. This right palm can come down to the earth. The right forearm can come down to the earth. We can rest our right cheek in that rest bicep. As we press through those left fingertips, we begin to notice a beautiful stretch in the right side body, inviting you to send your breath into that sensation, sending the inhales deep into the right side body. And as you exhale, begin to soften, begin to release any tightness, any tension. Just let it go. Few breath cycles here. And let's take one more full breath cycle here. And then coming up onto all fingertips, working those fingertips back towards the center of your mat. Bringing the forehead to the earth, taking one last full breath cycle here in your child's pose. And at the end of the exhale, beginning to walk those fingertips back towards your knees. The knees can come together, coming a little bit forward. We can tuck the toes here, bringing the palms to either side of the knees and then pressing up, working your way back and coming into a very bent knee down, bent knee forward fold. I have downward dog on my mind. So let's bring our palms to the back of our ankles here, the back of our shins, maybe your calves. So we have a nice long spine here. Just a nice deep bent knee forward fold. Few breath cycles here. And your head is heavy, your shoulders are heavy. Let's take one more breath cycle here. And as you inhale, we can begin to slide those palms slowly up the back of the calves, the knee area, the thighs, beginning to raise the torso up nice and slowly. And once our shoulders are in line with our hips, we can raise the head, putting the hands to the hips, and just take a moment here. Beautiful. Notice the sensations. Notice the beauty of yoga. And then softening your eyes open if they had been closed. We'll take our block now, and we're going to come into half a chair pose. So we'll take our block lengthwise and put it in between our thighs. Feet are about hip distance apart. Your toes are in line here. Knees are in line. We're going to press that block together with our inner thighs. We're going to stand up nice and tall. Let's bring those shoulders up to our ears. They wash back and down as we lengthen the spine here. Begin to notice your feet pressing down into the surface beneath you and taking your palms to your glutes, and then bringing the elbows close together as we open up our heart space. Maybe squeeze those shoulders together a bit. Taking a nice big inhale here, gazes straight ahead. And as you exhale, begin to sit back just like you're going to sit in a chair. Coming down, 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 down. Bringing that belly towards your thighs here. A nice long spine. The gaze is down towards the floor. You're welcome to stay here for a few breath cycles. We're just coming into a half a chair today. Half a Ardha Utkatasana. You're welcome to stay here with your palms on your glutes, maybe reaching those arms straight out in front of you alongside your ears. And we'll take a few breath cycles here, inhaling and exhaling through the nose. And the belly's in, the tailbone's reaching down towards the heels, low ribs are knit together. Breathing into the pose. Creating strength in our physical bodies today. Let's take one more full breath cycle here. At the end of the exhale, we can bring those palms back to our glutes, maybe squeeze those shoulders together. Gaze is still down towards the floor. We begin to straighten those legs, pressing that block between our thighs, coming to standing, hands on the hips, and just take a moment to notice. And then removing the block, putting it off to the side. And we'll do a half a sun salute to come down towards the floor again. So we'll bring our hands to heart center. As you inhale, we'll raise those palms to the sky. As you exhale, we'll part those arms, bring those palms to your glutes, squeeze those shoulders together. Taking a nice big inhale here. And as you exhale, begin to bend those knees deeply, just like we did to get into chair pose, bringing that belly towards our thighs, coming all the way down with those palms towards our feet maybe. And as you inhale, maybe straighten those legs a little bit, straighten that upper back a little bit. Knees certainly can be bent here. And then as you exhale, forward fold, palms to the earth. We can bring that right knee down to the earth and the left knee down to the earth. Come to seated on our heels here. And then coming back down onto our mats. So coming back down onto your mats, lowering yourself down onto your back. Hugging that right knee in and left knee in, rocking a little bit side to side. And then right foot to the floor and left foot to the floor. From here, we'll hug that right knee in, open that knee wide to put that right ankle on top of that left thigh. And you're welcome to stay here if it is accessible to bring the fingers behind that left thigh and raise that knee up off the earth. You can certainly go there. Your right foot is flexed here. Begin to notice any sensation in that right outer hip area. You're pressing that right knee towards the wall in front of you. Begin to send your breath into any sensation you're noticing in that right outer hip area. Inhales are flooding into that right outer hip area. And the exhales are washing away any tightness, any tension. Just let it go. Breathing into the sensation. Almost as if that hip is doing the breathing itself. You're welcome to take that left knee and move it a little bit over towards the right. It intensifies the stretch a bit. And when you're in this shape, maybe you have some movement of making small circles in one direction and maybe the other direction. So if that's not feeling good, you can always just stay still. Begin to tune into your body. Begin to just get what you need. And then coming to stillness. And removing, putting that left foot on the earth. And the arms can come out wide to a T with the palms facing the sky. Taking a nice big inhale here. And as you exhale, rolling onto that left hip, right foot comes to the floor. You're welcome to take that left palm to the inner right thigh. Maybe give a little push here. If your shoulder's not feeling so well today, you can always stay with your arm out with the palm facing towards the sky, shoulder height. If you would like to start to sweep that arm up towards the sky, depending on how you're feeling today, you can certainly do that. And the gaze can follow over towards that right side if your neck is having it today. So lots of options here, just a few breath cycles in this beautiful twist. One more breath cycle here. The end of the breath cycle, the gaze comes towards the sky, the arms open wide again, and we can rotate back to neutral. Bring that right knee in towards the chest, left knee in towards the chest, a little rocking side to side. And then bringing the sole of the right foot down to the earth, we can place the ankle of the left foot over the right thigh, keeping this left foot flexed here. This might be a nice place for you to stay. We want to make sure our shoulders stay on the floor when we raise up as we interlace those hands behind that right thigh. If you're feeling you're lifting your shoulders up and it's uncomfortable, bring that foot back down to the earth. So finding your shape that feels good for you and beginning to send your breath into any sensation you might be noticing in the left outer hip area. Inhales are flooding into that left outer hip area. Exhales are washing away any tightness, any tension. Just let it go. Breathing into the sensation. And again, if you did so on the other side, you're welcome to move that right knee over towards the right a bit. It just deepens that sensation. Maybe in the hip area, the glutes, the piriformis area. Maybe make those small circles. Maybe circle in the other direction. Some people like to do that figure 8 here. So find what feels good for you, continuing to breathe into the sensation. Continue to release, relax with each exhalation. Just let it go, the tightness and the tension. Sending the breath into the sensation. One more breath cycle here. The end of the exhale, lowering the sole of that right foot to the earth. Arms can come wide, shoulder height out to a T, palms facing the sky. Snuggling the shoulders into the upper back, inhaling here. And as you exhale, rolling over onto the right side, that left foot will come to the earth. You're welcome to take that right arm, right palm to the inside of that left thigh. Maybe this is where you stay, listening to your shoulder today. Maybe it stays with the arm wide. Maybe the arm sweeps overhead. And if your neck's feeling okay, maybe the gaze follows over towards the left. Few breath cycles here in this beautiful twist. Continuing to breathe. One more breath cycle here. And on your next inhale, the arms come wide, the gaze comes to the sky as we bring our hips back to neutral, hugging that left knee in, right knee in, rocking a bit side to side. We'll set up for a final relaxation in Shavasana by extending our legs to either corner of the mat and the arms a comfortable distance from the torso, palms facing the sky. You're welcome to stay here as long as you'd like. I'll guide you through into Shavasana and then you can take yourselves out. So begin to feel your entire body, begin to relax, begin to let go. So we begin to let go of the practice, feeling the muscles, the bones, the joints begin to settle, begin to relax. As we settle in